What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Fantasy Football Tuesday waiver wire pickups. Hopefully, you guys got to see all the content that we released today. I'm talking about waiver wire videos. I'm talking about health videos. I'm talking about ways to enter our giant giveaway. Yes, you heard that right. We're doing a huge giveaway. It is a Darren Bland autographed mini helmet. Yes, I know we are a small channel. We have no business doing something like this, but guess what? It's 100% real. Darren Bland autographed mini helmet. And if you don't believe that this is not my handwriting, then there's the letter of authenticity inside the helmet. It is 100% authentic. Even if you're not a Cowboys fan, it's something cool to have in your game room. It's something to have in the back shelf, or you could just go out there. I don't recommend this because it kind of hurts my feelings, but you could go out there and resell it. The worth on that, the list price right now is over $90. So go out there, go get yourself some Darren Bland opportunity and enter a giveaway. All you have to do is search our past YouTube short, hit that like button, comment done, and that's it. What's going on, Liam? Appreciate you being here. Always part of the NSP Gold member list. Remember, hashtag NSP on our live videos, you guys, especially now that we have a giveaway. Comment hashtag NSP. You want to be in there. Guys, I hope you guys are excited because we are already firing off with some questions here. I think I talked enough. So do one of you guys want to start off by answering this question?
Reed, do you want to take it or I take it this time?
So a buy low candidate is something I never do because I never trade with anybody at all times.
True.
So that's honestly a hard question for me. I try to just live by the waiver wire whenever I need it, and etc. But buy low candidates. Honestly, I'll go Christian Watson. I think a lot of people are a little bit off on him right now. I know I'm a Packer fan, so that's the first thing that just came up in my mind. But I don't think a lot of people are putting him very high, and I think the sky's the limit for that guy. Once we finally, hopefully, figure out this offense and who we are, I think they're going to get the ball to him in multiple different ways. If Matt LaFleur is a smart head coach.
And I think you're on the right track there, Reed. I think Christian Watson is a great buy low candidate. Honestly, you could get him for dirt cheap right now, but on the same team, you have Aaron Jones, which a lot of people are getting frustrated with. We did get word that Robinson got signed with the Packers, and a lot of people are like, okay, are they sharing that backfield? I don't think that's the case here. I think they're looking for more depth just in case injuries still are to come. If I'm on the dot here, right, Reed?
I would assume so. I just think if Aaron Jones gets hurt again, AJ Dillon gets hurt again, we just have somebody else. We don't feel confident with the guys behind that.
Yes, sir. You can aim for guys like that. You can go out there, get yourself some Jonathan Taylor, who people are like, okay, I'm not too sure about this guy. It's already too late to get CeeDee Lamb because he came off a great game. I said go buy low on him. Same thing with Tony Pollard coming off a great game. Another guy who you may be able to go out there and snag for very cheap is someone like Mike Evans. Didn't have the greatest game last week, but he is still the wide receiver one. He's coming off an injury and he's getting those targets. That's something you want to keep an eye out. But there's plenty of guys to go out there and buy low. We do release our buy low videos on Fridays, so keep an eye out for that. Or you can check out our past buy low video. We have excellent options out there, which a lot of those guys are still out there to buying low. So go out there and go check it out. Liam says trade Bijan, Saquon, and Ridley for Stephon, JT, and Aaron Jones. I get the second half. I need an elite wide receiver. I already have Eckler too. To be completely honest with you, this is a great trade. You got to take this trade. You don't give him any opportunity to rethink it. You go out there, you accept it. Having Stephon Diggs on your team is just amazing. Jonathan Taylor has tremendous upside in the back half of the season. And Aaron Jones, like I said, extreme buy low candidate right here. He had one healthy game. Am I mistaken here, Reed? One healthy game, and that was week 1. He scored how many points? Like close to 30?
It was like 25, I believe.
25, 30 point
He got
range.
hurt in the third quarter, if you want to call that a healthy game.
That was his healthiest game.
Yes.
That was week 1. Ever since then, he hasn't been healthy. Hasn't really had a chance to go out there and show out what he has coming off a bye week. I have major upside with this guy. I will be starting him week 7. For show, Eric, also known as Big E in our Discord, he says, I asked this early in the Discord about Nico Collins for Puka Nacua. Guys, I answered this in the Discord, so let's hear y'all's thoughts about this trade. Would you take this?
So getting Puka, both of those guys are just so hard to figure out as far as going forward, in my opinion. AJ's saying lateral move. I think I like Nico Collins a little bit more just because the what's his name? I'm losing his name. Cooper Kupp effect has really shown that he is going to continue to be the massive target getter on that offense. Puka, I think he'll get more touches now that Kyron's hurt. I will still go with Nico, in my opinion.
Vince, do you agree here?
I think I'm going to be the same. I do know that Puka does play like almost every single snap on offense, but the first option is going to be Cooper Kupp, and that's always how it's going to be. I feel like they are trying to run the ball a little bit more now that they have Cooper Kupp back. They're trying to keep everybody honest. But I just think Nico Collins has the better wide receiver 1 ability. Now you can make the argument that Puka is still wide receiver 6 in the entire fantasy sleeper platform, I guess you could say. And Nico Collins is number 11. But I just think that Nico Collins has the better upside here. Going throughout the season, I think he has the possibility of having bigger games.
I think these guys hit the nail right on the head. I did explain it a little bit on the Discord. I said, hey, Puka Nacua still has some value when it comes to fantasy football. At best, I see him as a flex guy depending on the week. Correct, right? If you're going to be passing the ball a lot, you're going to want Puka on your starting roster. But Nico Collins has the opportunity to be a wide receiver 1 any given Sunday. Puka has an opportunity, but he has a roadblock, a major one too, and that is Cooper Kupp. That guy demands the target share, and he will continue to get the target share. As far as Puka, he had a great game last week. A lot of people may not think so, but let's not all forget he did leave a touchdown on the field. He dropped it. He usually catches those. Liam says, I'm 1-0 against the NSP Big 3. I like that. The Big 3 in fantasy football, by the way. Thanks, Reed. Dang, Reed, he's calling you out.
It happens sometimes. That's what fantasy does. Sometimes you lose to some sorry teams.
Really
kidding, Liam.
I'm the one that's supposed to be throwing shots at these guys. Jeez. Come on now. Liam says, how much, if any, FAB should I spend on Zach Evans? Hey, okay, so this is a thing that's going around, right? I've been getting questions all day. Hey, who holds the most value? Who's going to be playing more in these next few weeks? Am I getting Zach Evans? Am I getting Jordan Mason? Am I getting Craig Reynolds? There you go. That was the last one. Who do I pick up? Who do I spend the most on? Who should I put my first fantasy waiver pick out there for? Sorry, my phone's like reading what I'm saying right now for whatever reason. We're being tracked, you guys. But honestly, as far as FAB, if you're in a super scarce league where you need players, go out there. We're already going towards midway of the fantasy season, right? Go out there and spend, 10 plus on someone like this, but don't expect too much of him. I mean, you're expecting at max, in my not so pro opinion, a 2-week game. That's it. 2 weeks. That's it. That's all you're going to get out of him at max, because Rivers did deal with an injury. It looks a little bit worse than Kyron Williams, but Kyron Williams is not placed on the IR. It looks like he's going to be a short-term loss, especially if you listen to Vince's video earlier today about some injuries. Vincent hit it right in the head. Zach Evans is a short-term answer. Wouldn't you agree here, Vince, after going through these injuries?
Yeah, man, and seeing how he played, even though it was very limited in the snaps he had 4 carries for 10 yards. I don't see that as being a very, very good option, in my opinion. Yes, he goes up against Pittsburgh, but there's always the possibility that the Rams just switch up entirely and start passing the ball more because they don't have the depth at running back. They don't want this guy to get injured, because he's really the last line of defense. before they have to start getting it out there in the free agency period as well. But in my opinion, you got to go for guys who are more solidified, who are getting snaps, like 50% of the snaps every single week. There's people like Jalen Warren who are still available in some leagues. There's people like Charbonnet. There's people like, I'm even going to say like Kelly. Of course, Eckler just came back, but Kelly still demands some of that snap share. So there's other guys who are going to be a little bit more beneficial for you later on in the season than trying to spend all your fab on Zach Evans.
Very much true. Randy Miller says Puka dropped a touchdown. Yes, that's why a lot of people are viewing Puka like, okay, this guy is no longer valuable in fantasy. But like I said earlier, he did drop that touchdown. He normally catches those passes. That's him, right? But he will always continue to fight for targets, for passing attempts towards him with Cooper Kupp. And Cooper Kupp, you want to get the ball in his hands. We saw it last week. That dude is still a playmaker, one of the best wide receivers out there. Mr. Prune says a chicken sandwich. Are we talking Chick-fil-A talk right now? Mr. Prune always coming out with the best comments out there. But there's a lot of people to get excited about this waiver wire. It seems pretty slim, but as far as running backs and tight ends, especially tight ends, quarterbacks, there's some people out there. Liam says, if I get Zach Evans off the waivers, should I play him? JSN or Joshua Downs half PPR? Okay. I said this in the video earlier today, right? Same thing with Craig Reynolds. It's going to be the same thing with Zach Evans. You could play him. Sure. I'm not opposed to it. Go ahead, start Zach Evans. If and only if no one else is playing running back. Right. So Kyron Williams for sure out. Okay. Rivers for sure out. Great. Go ahead and play Zach Evans, because they, just like Vincent said, they literally have no other option. What else do you do?
That's how it is for fantasy this week too. I believe there's 6 teams on bye week. So there are a lot of guys, including those guys that just got injured, who are not going to be playing. So we understand that you need a running back to fill in that spot. So, I mean, if it absolutely needed, then go ahead and do it. But flex position is your best area to put him at.
Yeah, and then let's say you're the Rams here, right? You just lost Kyron Williams after you traded Cam Akers to the Minnesota Vikings. Then Rivers goes down with injury as well. You can't really go out there and get someone off the waivers, right? You can't just pick up a free agent and expect him to plug and play, because it's too little. There's not enough time. I don't know. You could go out there and get a veteran like Leonard Fournette, which it looks like he's going to be signing with someone like the Bills. That makes no sense to me, but it's just not that easy. So yeah, definitely Zach Evans has a lot of value if no one else is playing. B Silva, glad to see you back. Says we have the slim pickings plus those running backs like Fournette, Darrell Henderson signing to teams soon. Yeah, they are going to be signing to teams, but like we talked about right now, it is trending that Fournette is likely to sign with the Bills. Now, how much sense does that make in a fantasy perspective, right? James Cook is already going out there sharing the ball. He's getting 60% of the backfield. And it does not look good. I understand they're going through, they suffered an injury, right? Damien Harris went through an injury out there in Buffalo. Yes. Getting Fournette is just not going to help James Cook, because he is a vet and he's going to get a little bit more than what Harris was getting. But very slim pickings out there. Hopefully you watched our fantasy waiver wire video earlier today to help you out there. Or if you are in our Discord, I sent out a cheat sheet on everyone who I think you should pick up, who has a lot of value. Hint, hint, Kareem Hunt that I talked about before the bye week. Come on, let's hear it for Kareem Hunt. He's a bad person, though. He's a good player. No, bad person. I love this name, Parker Bledsoe. I think we said that last time, right? Jacobs for Swift full PPR. Oh, wow. Okay, this is a good question here. I have my answer, but I want to hear from these guys over here, because we have very different perspectives on Swift and the running backs in Philadelphia. So go ahead.
So I'll go first, because I know I'm probably the outlier here. I think Reed is the same here with AJ on this standpoint. But I've liked Swift ever since he had those amazing week 2 and week 3 performances. 175 yards, 130 yards. Started to dwindle down, but he's still consistent at getting 17, 15 points just around there. And that's most of the time without touchdowns. So this past week was his worst performance as the Eagles as a whole team played horrible, but he still got 17 points. So in my opinion, I think Swift is very, very good. Do I think that he takes the place of Josh Jacobs? It'll have to be seen going into the rest of the season because Josh Jacobs could pop off and become the best running back in fantasy football again. So in my opinion, I wouldn't jump the gun here. I still think I'd run with Jacobs, but Swift is very, very tempting.
I think I would go with Swift.
Swift is tempting, right? It's just the uncertainty out there in Las Vegas. You see Jimmy G going to the hospital. What's new? I mean, everyone expected it. But Swift, the one thing I don't like about Philadelphia, yes, he is the lead back. Yes, he is going to be the guy back there. But you're still seeing guys like Kent Gainwell and Boston Scott getting some rushes. And, Kent Gainwell alone, okay, cool. I'm not too worried about it. But then you see Boston Scott out there. I don't like that. And I just hope they don't continue increasing their reps moving forward, especially after this bad game. Mr. Prune says, start 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, 1 flex. Jonathan Taylor, Ford, Stevenson, Hall, and Henry have buys. Dang. Hill start, obviously. Jeez. Oh, okay. I thought for a second he was talking about Taysom. I saw a lot of people ask me about Taysom Hill recently, and I was like, okay. Addison, Watson, and Downs. Okay, so we got to start 2 here. It's very slim pickings. I do feel like Hunt's going to be eating away in that backfield, but I'm going to go Jonathan Taylor and Ford. We saw Jonathan Taylor get 11 points for fantasy football. He's increasing his role slowly, so I do expect a bigger game going forward, but he does have a tough matchup. I believe are they going up against each other? Ford, Indianapolis, and Browns. Yeah, they are. So you're gonna get your points all in one game when it comes to your running backs. So I'm gonna go Ford and Taylor, and then Hill. You got to start. And honestly, I kind of like Christian Watson here. I kind of want to go Christian Watson. They're coming off a bye week. Jordan Love's coming back. I just picked him up off the waiver. Somehow, some way, he was available. I needed a guy. That's my dude. And as far as flex, I'm probably going to go Addison. Do y'all agree or disagree here?
I 100% agree.
Not bad, not bad. Yeah, I was going to go Jonathan Taylor Ford for my running backs. Of course, Hill. I was going to go Watson in this predicament for my wide receiver too. And then, of course, Addison as my flex, just because of the matchup here. He's going up against San Francisco. Yes, they give up a good chunk of yards passing this year as a defense, but, Addison only gets a few receptions every single game, and they have to be big ones in order for him to be fantasy relevant, or he has to get a touchdown, which he's pretty good at doing. So that's why I have him in my flex. I'm not too sure if he can get a touchdown this week.
Well, it looks like we got the same roster there. Reed, we got another comment for you here, sir.
Sound the alarm. Dizzle's in the building.
I love it. Oh, my goodness. Liam says, can I drop Moody now? I kept him because of AJ's praise for him, but if I had any other kicker last week, I win. Actually, no, you wouldn't have. I had Tyler Bass last week, and he gave me 0 points, almost giving me -1. So I was very frustrated, but don't worry. I personally sent a plane ticket to Jake Moody to go and visit the Rio Grande Valley or in Mexico. I gave him 2 plane tickets. Pick your choice. He needs to go down there, and in the sake of this podcast, he needs to go out there and get his butt kicked. Stop feeling sorry for yourself, dude. But yeah, I mean, at that case, you're streaming kickers, right? For the past now 3 weeks, if you had Moody, you should have been streaming kickers because the past 3 weeks, the Niners were selling for field goals, right? Last week they should have, but the prior 2 weeks, there was no field goals. There was just extra points. So I could feel how you could be frustrated with Jake Moody. Go ahead, Reed.
No Brees this week. Think I'm going Kareem. He's on my bench RN, but I have an offer out for T. Higgins that includes Addison and Hunt. T. Higgins for Addison and Hunt.
I mean,
the Hunt part I'm not too excited about. Addison I think is a good pickup, but
He just
I don't
gets
know if
Hunt thrown in though.
Yeah, I don't think that's enough for T Higgins, in my opinion. I would need something better than Hunt.
I think they're offering him T Higgins for Addison and Hunt.
I think they're trying to get T Higgins.
No, yeah, because I'm looking at the comment down here, and I think this is his lineup, so I think he has Addison.
Oh.
But that's what I'm just speculating. It could be another.
Okay, so if you're giving away those two for T Higgins, I think I'm okay with that.
I think I would be too. Of
Oh,
course, Hunt
alright,
is going to start to have a bigger role there for the Browns, but I don't think it's going to be that big. And Addison has his spurts of, with a touchdown or not. So,
Well, I'm outvoted here, so it's honestly not a bad trade either or. We got to start trusting T Higgins and Joe Burrow in that offense. I don't like that situation. But Parker Bledsoe says, I could also do Cook and Ramadre for Derrick Henry. Now, here's the deal with Derrick Henry. Every single week's going to be uncertain, right? His success is going to be solely dependent on how good the Tennessee Titans are playing. Now, how many times are you willing to bet that the Tennessee Titans will have a good game, right? Derrick Henry, though, I do hold him a little bit more valuable than Cook and Ramadre because any Sunday he has the opportunity to score 20-plus points. As far as the other guys, not so much because they're splitting that backfield. Would you all take that trade?
I wouldn't. I like Henry, but that's me because I spent like a second-round pick on him, so I'm going to keep that boy until he produces everything I want from him.
For sure. That's me too. Reed?
So this was the pick
Sorry.
4.
This is the pick 4. My bad. Mr. Prune says, would you trade away Stevenson and
we didn't
Downs?
answer that one. We never answered that.
I don't think we answered it for him.
I thought we did.
No, we just brought it up real quick. Pick 4, full PPR, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Hollywood, Addison, London, and Olave. So Amon-Ra St. Brown, 100% in there. Addison, I would put in there.
Really?
I would. Olave and Hollywood? I'm leaving London out.
The past 2 weeks, London has scored pretty well.
I don't trust Ritter.
I don't trust Ritter either, but kind of like what we talked about with Kyle Pitts. Right now, London's hot. He's getting the targets, right? He should go out there.
They're force feeding him, bro.
I've seen the comments. I'm like, what? But yeah, for sure, Amon-Ra. You could get out there and get Hollywood. He's getting the targets. I don't like that. Addison for sure. And you might want to go with a hot hand London. I want to see Olave prove it a little bit more. So I'll choose the first 4. Mr. Prune says, would you trade away Stevenson and Downs for Anthony Richardson? So we are getting reports saying Anthony Richardson may not come back for the season. Right. So that is the worst case scenario. Best case scenario, he comes back, but it's still not enough to have in your fantasy league. Because are you going to trust him immediately after he comes back from injury to start? I wouldn't. Are you going to trust him to start right when potentially when playoffs are coming up? I wouldn't. I don't know. It's just too much of a risk. I just would not take that trade. Do you guys agree here?
He has an 80% injury rate. Absolutely stay away from this guy, okay? Talented as hell, but he has an 80% injury rate. Do not touch this guy.
Cool, yeah, man. Cool. If you play Madden, he has the F on injury.
Jeez. Go ahead, Rito.
I'm trying to get T for Addison and Hunt. Doubt he does it though. So he's trying to get T Higgins for Addison and Hunt. Yes, so that's what we figured out. Yeah.
I want to see something. I don't know if I'm just missing something here, but I want to look at T Higgins. Just
he stinks right now.
He stinks.
Right.
But
so
the upside is good later in the season, I think.
He does have tremendous upside, right? We saw it years prior. But I just don't understand why right now you would want to get T Higgins, right? He's going on a bye week. After that, he's going to get San Francisco. And then after that, he's going to get Buffalo. Then after that, Houston, where he may start get going. I just don't see the sense of urgency there of getting T. That's just me. Should I trade Devontae Smith for Puka PPR?
Ooh,
I
that
think
one's
Devontae.
enticing.
Yeah, it does sound enticing, right? Right now, Smith is on a downfall, and no one's really paying attention to him because everything's going to AJ Brown. I do believe if we're believing T. Higgins, I think we should also believe in Devontae Smith, right? He's out there. He's very talented. I do believe later on the season he should go out there and get some points, full PPR. Um, but if you want someone more consistent, get Puka, right? If you want consistency, Puka is it, and you put him in your flex position rest of the season. That's really all I got.
That's what I'm thinking too. I mean, Devontae Smith has the opportunity to get 27 points, but Puka has a higher chance of getting you like 15 to 20 every single week. And then the Eagles do have one of the toughest schedules left in the entire NFL as of the rest of the season. So I think I would go Puka here if I could swing that trade. Sounds good.
Cool. Mr. Prune says, how do y'all feel about T. Higgins going into the future? Could he surpass Christian Watson or Addison in the future? He's been sitting on my bench forever. I don't think he's going to surpass Christian Watson. I think Christian Watson has tremendous upside. I mean, a lot of upside. He will be the wide receiver one. Fingers crossed, right? Not just for fantasy, but for Reed's purpose as well. But I kind of shared my piece with T. Higgins. Can y'all share yours of why you're you all so optimistic about him?
So I honestly take back what I said earlier about being optimistic about T. Higgins. I want to backtrack now. I don't trust that offense. There's too many mouths to feed with Tyler Boyd, Jamar Chase. Burrow is looking better than he did earlier in the season, but I still don't fully trust that this is going to be firing off on all cylinders, that offense. I personally would not be going out to try to get T. Higgins in any of my leagues. I don't have him in any of my leagues, and I'm not going to pursue him in any of my leagues just because I can't say this is 100%. I can't say this is 100%.
So the only reason I'm a little bit optimistic about T. Higgins, and it's saying a lot because I don't really believe in the Bengals offense, but the past two games that he's played, of course, they've been like horrible, but he's only played 50% of the snaps compared to the 95, 85 that he was getting beforehand. He's still injured, guys. His ribs are not fully healed. He played against Seattle. Only 50% of the snaps, 4 targets, 2 catches. It's horrible stats right now. But after this bye week that he's going to rest on and possibly a bad performance against San Francisco, I think that's where his upside starts to come back. He will get targets because he's going to be healthier if he doesn't get injured within these next 3 weeks. So I think the upside is there later on in the season. But of course, right now, if he's riding your bench, I would keep him there.
So, Reed, maybe it's just you and I smoking the panya.
The panya.
Tonight. Israel says, in need of running backs for this week matchup. I'm taking on the doctor. That's you, Vince, huh?
He has me, bro. And I was looking at his roster trying to see who I can get on the waiver wire so he doesn't get him. I'm just sneaky like that because I have a waiver wire position ahead of him. But I mean, my team is gonna suck this week. I'm just gonna say it right off the bat. Like I have a lot of guys on bye week, so does he. So it's gonna be a brawl for us. But I mean, in that league, I can go to that league and I'll tell you. I will tell you who you should pick up if you want to beat me. So if you want a good running back that's going to get you 10 points, and I take back what I said, good. If you want a running back that's going to get you 10 points, I think I'm going to pick up Jaylen Warren. He's out there in that league, and he's averaging around 10 points in the past 5 weeks. He goes up against the LA Rams. It's just a hard team to run against, but he's getting 50% of the carries, and that's probably more than anybody else on there, unless you want to ride with Zach Evans. So that's why I say at running back.
Well, there you go. You're in his head now, so go out there and take advantage. Let's see. Parker Bledsoe says James Cook for James Conner. You're asking the wrong guy, buddy. I'm a huge James Conner guy, and no one believed me coming into the season. No one believed me. That's okay.
Nope.
But if you're getting James Conner, I say you 100% do it. If you could spend some time without James Cook and wait for James Conner to come back from injury, it's going to be 100% worth it. I don't know if these guys agree or not.
I would make the trade. I'm all right with that trade.
Yeah, man. If you can wait the rest of the 3 weeks, yeah, do it. I think he'll be great when he comes back.
Go ahead, Reed.
Because that San Francisco juicy AF and bye will let everyone get healthy. You guys got a bye this week?
The Bengals are on a bye this week. Yes, that is correct.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we've been waiting for the Bengals to get healthy since week 1.
Yeah.
So let's see if that continues. KJ says, "Good evening. I currently have the Chiefs defense. Don't want to play them since I have Justin Herbert and Keenan Allen. Who should I drop for a defense? Tyler Algier or Chuba Hubbard?" Here's the thing: if Miles Sanders is out, doesn't matter what. If he's out, which he's been dealing with injuries since the season started, you're gonna start Chuba Hubbard 100% every single time. As far as Tyler Algier, I don't like it. I don't like the situation over there. I don't like that offense. I don't like the inconsistencies. I don't like the play calling. I say you drop Tyler.
I would agree with that. Good nose blows, Reed. Great form. Hey, I appreciate it. This has been my best friend for the past 4 days. It's been rough out here.
Hey, bro, they were better nose blows than yesterday.
Yeah. Dizzle says, Vince, how can you get such a fresh hairline?
Guys, this is a fantasy video. Keep them fantasy related.
Dang, rejected Dizzle.
Not giving out his secrets.
Never.
George Play 01. Appreciate you joining the live stream, George. Hopefully you're still here for us to read your comment. It says, "Is Julio Jones worth a stash?" Personally, a lot of people are questioning Devontae Smith. If you're one of those who's questioning Devontae Smith, Julio Jones should not even be a variable in your head for fantasy football. Julio Jones, I don't think it's worth a stash. You have a tremendous amount of mouths to feed over there in Philadelphia. You got A.J. Brown, Smith out there, and then your running backs get heavily involved. All 3 of them get heavily involved in the passing game. So that's just another wide receiver. And, every now and then you see some Goddard getting involved. Like I said, I don't think he's worth a stash. Even if you do stash him, he might pop off 1-2 games, but it's just going to be so unpredictable. You're not going to want to be in that situation. Who should I get for DJ Moore? Eric, I'm not too sure if you're the guy who asked us this last week, but that was a time to sell. Like, go out there, sell DJ Moore very high, because I put it out there live. I said, I don't trust this offense. I'm willing to bet that this offense is horrible. And I picked up the defense, and it paid off, right? Unfortunately, I don't wish downfall against any team, but go out there and try to get what you can for DJ Moore. Don't settle, I would say, because his name still holds some value. Don't get too little, but just go see what you can get. Go out there, bug the hell out of all your teammates, and be like, hey, I'll give you DJ Moore for him.
Hey, man, try to trade for like Devontae Adams and another player. Since Devontae is like doing really bad right now, I think the past 2 games he's had single-digit points because he's played some tough defenses against wide receivers. But later in the season, I think he could pop off. That's why I traded for him this past week.
Very nice.
Mentioned it in the Discord earlier, but dropped 25 FAAB on the Cleveland defense schedule is great ROS, and they got a bunch of dogs on the side that would be my defense till the season ends. Hey, you're a smart man. They just put the hibby jibbies in the Niners last week. That Cleveland defense is for real. Are they the best defense or the second best defense, AJ?
Oh, they're the second best defense.
Oh, okay.
They're the second best.
Right.
I'm not rattled.
All right.
But I'm not going to answer this. I'll let Vincent answer this because I don't know. I don't think Dizzle likes my advice. I answered this in the Discord already. So go ahead, Vince.
I mean, the Browns are a decent defense. They will get you above 10 points, which is really good for a defense, right? We said that all the time. As long as you're getting 10 plus points from a defense, they're good. But they're ranked the 19th defense in fantasy at this point in time. I'm assuming that goes based off total points that's scored, but they are pretty consistent. So I'm not mad at it, but I don't know if I would spend 25 FAB on this. I would spend
Unless there's another guy that's betting on it, I wouldn't do 25.
Yeah.
I would do like 10 at most. I don't think anybody else drops more than 10. So
It just depends on
all I'll say.
how much fab you have in your league, though.
Yeah.
Alex Payne says Elijah Moore or Julio Jones if he plays this week. By this question, I know you are in a super deep league out there. I think it's too risky to play Julio Jones if he does play because he has to get involved with the offense, learn the system. So even if he does play, he might be on a percentage count, right? He might not play the whole game, might not get a lot of snap counts in there. So I'll still go Elijah Moore. He has, I like to say upside, but for fantasy, he has, mid-range upside. I'd rather have him in than Julio Jones.
Agreed.
Yeah, I would agree.
George Play 01 says, should I drop Algier for Roshan Johnson, the guy who's coming back off a concussion to the Chicago Bears? We did see not the greatest performance with Foreman last week, but it wasn't the greatest performance as a whole with the Bears. So hopefully they have a little better game. And if they do, Roshan Johnson is a far better option than Algier any week if he is healthy and Khalil Herbert is not playing. That's my opinion. What do y'all think?
I would agree with that 100%.
Cool. Mr. Prune 1951 says, did Herbert get receiving yards and passing yards for the play he caught that deflected the pass? Honestly, I wish I would have looked more into that because like in a full PPR, do you get I don't think you do get the point per reception because it was batted off. I don't know how that worked. That's
I know you get the reception yards.
Right, but
sure.
do you get the point for the reception if you're in a PPR?
I feel like you should.
How crazy would that be, right? You get the quarterback points, you get the point per reception, you get the wide receiver points, and he almost scored a touchdown. That would have been the ultimate fantasy play ever.
I know. Would he get like 10 points for like a receiving and passing touchdown? Like
that is, oh my gosh, he would have broke the system. He would have absolutely broken the system. That's insane.
Yeah, I'm trying to check on the sleeper app, but it doesn't have any receiving stats like labeled for quarterbacks because I guess they've never like had the situation where that comes into play, or at least not very often. But at least on sleeper, it doesn't say that he has any receiving.
We have another question, which we all know the answer to. He says, who got the best facial hair out of all of you? It's Vince. We all know it's Vincent.
We've ranked him before. It's Vincent, then me, then AJ at last place.
Yes, we did rank it like that last time. Y'all voted.
That's no shot at AJ. His facial hair is great. He's out here looking like a snack.
A shot.
He's out here looking like a snack.
Let's re-rank us, you guys. Let's re-rank us. I think I deserve another shot here.
Any of our facial hairs, honestly. So
to be fair, for a little backstory here, Vincent had facial hair since the 5th grade. Okay,
yeah, this is true.
So it is so unfair. I was barely able to start growing my facial hair after high school. Like, it started to come in.
Yeah.
So,
same.
Vince, of course, cheated his way to facial hair. I don't know, genetics, perfect hair, hairline, perfect beard. We get it. Vince has always been.
I attribute it to having to shave every single freaking week at school because they would be like, your facial is too long. Go to the office.
That's very true.
I hated it.
But, that's Vince's way of getting the ladies out there in high school. Eric says, what do you guys think on Devontae Adams? I think this is a guy who is on the verge of hitting the panic button. On the verge, right? And I don't want to be too, outgoing on this, stat here, but without Jimmy G, I hate to say it, without Jimmy G, that team is so lost. It is so lost, and it's really not even because Jimmy G is all that great. I feel like he just knows how to play the system, just work the system. This is the play. I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna throw the ball to so and so. check 1, check 2, check 3. He's very good at that, and without Jimmy G, you're going to have some inconsistencies at quarterback. You got Brian Hoyer or Aiden O'Connell, who I think has a lot of potential, but kind of freaked out under the lights for the first time.
Yep.
I don't know.
Yeah, I would agree. I think until Jimmy G comes back to play, if he does at all, we don't know the severity yet, but it looks like he should be coming back to play at least by week 10 at the latest. But it is very concerning these next few weeks because we don't know how often they're going to force feed Devontae Adams. I think Devontae Adams is going to have to revert to the receiver he used to be, where he was like spinning guys out of their shoes in order to get the ball with these quarterbacks that he has right now. So, good question. Good question.
Very good question, Eric. And also, again, I know I said this earlier, but appreciate you joining the Discord. It means a lot. It helps us out. Remember, if y'all are here watching us live, we are doing a big giveaway. It is this Darren Bland autographed mini helmet, letter of authenticity right there. All you have to do is go look at our most recent YouTube short. We just posted today. Just like it and comment done, and you're automatically entered. We will be announcing the giveaway live on this platform on Monday. So go out there, enter the giveaway. It's absolutely free. You just got to hit a button and type out some letters. That's it. But it says, how are we valuing Jerome Ford from here on out? Low end RB2 question mark. I text Reed, or I think I text both y'all immediately. I was like, Kareem Hunt starting? ... Like, I was so ecstatic, not because he was starting, but here on this platform, if we're giving out advice, you got to make takes, right? You gotta make bold predictions. And the fact that he came out and started, that was a very bold prediction that was easily going to go the other way. But hey, that's a great sign for him getting more and more reps, which we all talked about in this show. If you look at it, everyone will say, hey, Jerome Ford got more yards, got more touches. If you look at the game, all of those yards came in the last drive of the game, right? A lot of those yards, I think 40 yards came in the last drive of that game, and 2 times that drive got extended on third downs with penalties. So to scratch out the penalties, does he get those 40 yards? He does not. Does Kareem Hunt look like the solidified running back one? He does, right? So you got to play those factors in. I think Jerome Ford at best right now is a flex option right now. Okay, 2 weeks from now, there might be a different story.
Yeah, I think that's why I got rid of him too. Just them signing Kareem Hunt, who is ferociously ugly, by the way. Just like looking at his picture right now, and it's not a pretty sight to look at.
He's in our thumbnail.
Or Jerome Ford.
No, Kareem Hunt, bro.
Oh, he's not that bad.
I mean, the picture they have on Sleeper is like, okay, man, they have a different picture for this guy. But
see.
go look at Sleeper. It's pretty bad. You guys will understand what I'm talking about.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, you're mean. You're a mean guy.
It's just the angle.
Looks like Lil Wayne.
Little Wheezy. No, but yeah, I do agree with AJ here. I think Jerome Ford will end up taking the back seat, especially since the Browns are having some troubles on offense too every now and then. They do end up trying to pass the ball a little bit more, and when they are in passing downs, Kareem Hunt is in there, so he has more opportunity to get more fantasy points. He didn't this game, but possibly in other games he will. So I agree. I think he will outshine Ford more often than Ford outshines him.
Reed, I hope your voice is ready.
I am. I've been preparing myself. Dizzle says, "Y'all look amazing, but Vince just got that secret sauce." Yeah, I'll say this once and for all. I am tired of people hating on Vince on this show.
They do.
I don't understand it. They just go after him. He says, what do you call him, AJ? What do you say it?
A boy toy? Are you talking about boy?
He's a magnet of some sorts.
Hey.
All right. I think he's talking about AJ here. Might have to get a hair transplant and show them a picture of Vince. Oof.
Oh, he wants to
Wow.
look like he's taking your life.
Oh, okay.
He's gonna mold your face and wear it around, Vince.
Yeah, man. With all this DNA stuff, he's gonna try to replicate me.
I'm blowing as hard as I can, Dizzle. As hard as I can.
Alex says, are we holding James Cook? So that's a good question out here. I don't think we're holding him. I think he's a pending selling option. You got to go out there, you got to sell him. Okay, there's not going to be a world in fantasy football where you drop James Cook this season. You don't, right? You got to go out there and sell. Doesn't matter. But that's what is he? What? Oh, okay. I read something in the comment section, but yeah, you got to go out there and sell James Cook. He still holds value. Not a guy that should be out there in waivers. Y'all agree here?
I would
I
agree.
would, man. I would. I even have what's his name, Latavius Murray, as like a deep league pickup because
Oh,
these guys are eating into James Cook's production. So I do agree that James Cook is a guy you sell, like right now, or whenever he has a really good game again.
yeah, not even funny. But Dizzle, out with some more questions here, Reed.
Reed. Oh God, my voice is it can't keep up with all those questions. Reed, are you just jealous because you don't have dreads like that? Talking about Kareem Hunt. Vincent was the one that was making fun of him, all right? I say he doesn't look that bad. All right. Yes, I don't have any hair. I am not jealous of nobody, though. All right. I'm completely content.
You don't have any hair?
You were the one that shaved me.
I do. If y'all want to see a live video of that, let us know. We'll post that. Just kidding. We won't do that to Reed.
I'm fine with posting it.
Oh wow,
Hey, that was a fun video. Honestly,
we did record it, didn't we? Right?
I still have the picture of where we carved NSP into my head.
We did. We did.
on one of our Twitter group chats.
Why didn't we add that to our vlog?
I don't know. You were the one that was supposed to. You're the one that edited the vlog, so
That's
I thought you were
true.
gonna put it in there.
We should have. Oh my gosh.
Reed, grow your hair out again. We got to do it again.
No, not happening.
Save your
You guys
face
have to
this
take the
time.
head nets. You guys have to take the head nets.
No, Vincent, dude, he looks good either way.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
You guys can do it in my beard down here, like NSP.
So obviously we have a lot of teams on bye this upcoming week. It's not even funny. I need to bring out this sheet again because I don't have it up. But we have the Cowboys, the Bengals, Panthers, Texans, Titans, Jets. I just realized I am screwed. Both my quarterbacks are on bye. What?
Mine too. Oh, I just traded Lamar Jackson for CJ Stroud and some other players, right? But I have Justin Fields, who just got hurt, and I have CJ Stroud. So it's like I need to go pick up another quarterback, and I don't want to drop anybody.
That's me too, man. I have Joe Burrow and I have CJ Stroud. They're both out. That is insane. But you know what? We have some amazing streaming options for you guys. Number one, kind of the obvious pick here, right? We talked about in the past few weeks. Let's talk about Sam Howell. And he is ready 3 back-to-back weeks with 18 plus points. I mean, what more do you want? And this week he's going up against the New York Giants. He should go out there. He should just absolutely demolish the competition. Another 18 plus point game for Sam Howell. That's a prediction. Another guy I want to talk about is Derek Carr. Another similar matchup, not quite as easy, but Jacksonville is known to allow some pretty good points to some fantasy quarterbacks. So those are two guys who are available in your league. Sam Howell, rostered in 40% of leagues, so that's less than 50. Derek Carr, rostered in 28% of leagues, so he's out there. He's available. And if he's available out here, go get some Jordan Love. Do it now because he won't be available after this week ever for the rest of the season. I already picked him up. I'll put that straight out there.
Not bad, not bad. Dude,
Sorry. This one says, glad to see CD looking good yesterday. Yeah, man, he looked pretty good. I had to watch the game after I fell asleep in the third quarter. in the morning. But yeah, he looked a lot better than he has in the previous games. I think AJ, you hit yesterday. Was it chorizo time?
It was chorizo time, baby.
Good for you, man. Good for you.
Heck yeah, dude. For some reason on that league, I was just riddled with injuries, riddled with horrible scenarios. I was on a 3-week losing streak. I trusted Joe Burrow. I had a Monroe was injured. I had Aaron Jones that was injured. I had Mike Evans on a bye, Rashad White on a bye. It was just bad. Like, it was really bad. So this past week was huge. I actually was top 3 as far as points this upcoming week. So the bounce back starts now. Alex says, "What's trying to package Cook with like Dotson or someone for an upgrade? Who would you think to target with a package like that?" James Cook still holds a lot of value, right? People are starting him every single week. That's what they're doing. Someone like Dotson, I don't hold a lot of value with. None whatsoever. Alex, I do believe you are in a super deep league, a triple flex league. I'm finally learning your league, so bear with me now. In that league, you should be able to get someone decent for him. You're going to try to aim for guys who are valuable in the flex position. So prime time flex guys, let's talk about Mike Evans. I talked about it a little bit earlier, right? Let's talk about who we saw yesterday kind of shine. Joshua Palmer, right? Didn't have the most fantasy points, but 7 targets. I like that. I like that. Elijah Moore could be okay. You're going to be paying a little too much if you go for someone like Elijah Moore. Rashad White, players like that, players who get the opportunity to do things. What do y'all think?
Shoot, man, if he's in the right league, I think he could even go after people like Olave. I think he could possibly even go after people. I think Brees Hall is a little bit like extending there, but if you have someone else you want to trade away besides Jahan Dotson, maybe you can upgrade to someone like that who gets you like quite a bit of points every single week. But if you're not looking to trade away anybody good on your team, yeah, just go for people like Rashad White. Maybe you can swing him. Maybe a guy who's on bye right now and you want him for later. Just there's a lot of great talent out there with these teams who are on bye, and a lot of people like to trade them when they're on bye too for some reason. So,
Jonathan Taylor, James Conner, who's injured, go out there, hit him up. Michael Wilson or Josh Downs? Are we still talking about Michael Wilson? Did he do something last week?
He played all right. I think he got like 9 points or something like that.
But it's respectable.
Yeah, that is respectable. Downs, I think he went face first, right?
Oh, he actually did pretty good too. I just don't like his matchup next week. That's my only thing.
That is a tough matchup. Oh, that's the thing. I have him in my freaking cheat sheet. So yeah, tough matchup this upcoming week. But one good thing about tough matchup is that maybe towards the end, more than likely, they're going to be forced to throw the ball. And it seems like Gardner Minshew really likes that guy. 9 targets last week for a pretty decent score. I think 13 points. I'm definitely going Josh Downs. I'm still not on the Michael Wilson train. Still not there.
The only reason I think I would possibly think about playing Wilson is because he goes up against the Seahawks. Those other wide receivers like Marquise Brown are going to have a little bit more trouble against some of our cornerbacks, unless we're playing zone. If we're playing zone, then everybody's going to feast. But Michael Wilson could get some decent points against Seattle. But I think Joshua Downs has the better upside for sure.
All right. Dizzle says, back-to-back 165-plus points weeks for Dizzle in the kitchen. Wrist twisting, 4th most PF, 1st most PA, time to get rolling 2-4.
You're 2-4?
That's crazy. I guess it's because the points against is like so high. He probably just has like unlucky weeks. But wow.
Well, he said back-to-back weeks. Did you lose your first 4 games and then on a 2-game win streak?
Ever since he started listening to us, man, he's been running. It sounds like
he's been listening to you, Reed. You're his guy.
I'm the guy.
You're the guy, dude. You're him.
I'm the guy. Like in the Spy Kids 3.
I'm the guy.
I'm the guy. Dies immediately. What's up, guys? What's up? Says defense star idea, Green Bay or Commanders? Thank you. Thank you. That's what I like to do. But let's see. I don't have any of those guys in my cheat sheet here. But if we're looking at matchups, who would you like more? Reed, you want to put in a little bit on the Green Bay side since you are
Green Bay is facing the Broncos coming off a bye week. Broncos are the Broncos. Our defense has been playing decent. We're not a top 5 defense by means or whatever, but it is the Broncos. Only thing I'll say about the Packers defense is we don't usually get a lot of takeaways. So those chance for points don't come often, unfortunately, for the Packers defense. That's the only downside. But hey, it's the Broncos. And then Commanders are playing
the Giants.
Giants, there it is. So also not that great of a defense there. So, I think both are viable options. I'm biased. I would go Green Bay.
I think I would go with the Commanders here, honestly.
That's fine, yeah.
I don't like the Giants, and then Daniel Jones shouldn't be back either, so I don't think that the New York Giants will have a good time against Commanders, and it is a divisional game, so they always play those pretty tough.
When I think about the Commanders and Giants game, I see no passing game. I see one option that is Saquon Barkley. I see maybe a get out route, which is Tyrod Taylor going out for a run. Going up against the Commanders, who have an excellent defensive front, I could definitely see 2, maybe more sacks this game for the Commanders. Like I said, you can't go wrong with either or, but I think the Commanders may score a little bit more in this week. Nice. So you read.
Yes.
Sorry, answering emails. Oh, gee, there's 3 in a row. Okay. Dizzle says, lost a game 175 to 169 2 weeks ago. Got a nice little dose of DJ and Tyreek. Hey, good for you, man. That was good. I know the week you're talking about. That was a good week for you.
No, I think he got the dose. Like,
you got so yeah, that was not a good dose for you. Okay. I sorry. Dizzle says, also, first 3 weeks were tough. Went 1-2, and no Kareem and Brees was on the snap count. Yeah, that was also rough for you. Guy I'm playing just dropped Howell. LOL. He's going Jordan Love. Whoa. Dizzle, I'm going to stop reading your comments like this, man.
Hey, I think Jordan Love is going to do great this upcoming week, especially against the worst defense out there. Don't sleep on Love. Do not sleep on him. I would have done the same thing. I would have dropped Howell for Love as well, because Love is rest of the season starting material.
This is true.
Ruben Vegas says, "What's up, guys? Hey, bro, what's up? How you doing? We're doing a giveaway. You want that? Look at our most recent YouTube short. That's me selling our giveaway. We're actually doing a giveaway. Winner will be announced our next live stream on Monday. So you have time to answer. Just go to our most recent YouTube short, like it, and comment done. It is an autographed mini helmet by Darren Bland, the cornerback of the Dallas Cowboys. 100% real. Letter of authenticity is inside. Must be 18 years or older to play. Just kidding about that part. Go ahead, Reed.
Reed, you out to lunch, pal? No, man. I'm answering work emails. I'm a working man. I'm balancing both at the same time. I'm sorry, all right? It's not my job to be reading your comments 24/7 in this.
Yes, you took that role. You took that role from us.
You that was your role. You left. And then I got stuck with it. I did it better than you. So
you did. But the last time when it was just me and you, you're like, I read Dizzle's comments. You said that.
I didn't say that.
Yeah, you did. You took that role.
I said, I'll do it. I didn't say I'd do
it. Bar says that he won his match 110.2 to 109.87. That is nuts. I would be so pissed if I was on the losing end on that. That is horrible. But good for you. That's awesome.
What a week. What a
I
week.
thought Reed was reacting. He's out there answering emails. He's out there eating lunch. Dizzle. Well, you're up again, Reed.
Denver D is ain't that bad. Sertan is a dog and held Kansas City to 19 points last week.
Jeez.
I'm sorry, I'm just so good at this.
You're so good. You're so good.
This is literally how Dizzle sounds in real life. I hope you guys know. Like, for everybody that's like reading this is how Dizzle sounds.
It's true. That is how he sounds. He's also getting a face transplant, getting Vince's face and hair. Ruben says, "Are we going Love or Gino QB stream?" Hey man, I've been kind of praising Love this whole podcast. I'm just going to stick with Love. I don't think he's just a stream. I think he's also an option to start rest of the season. He finds ways, especially with Aaron Jones coming back. It's just going to make his life 10 times easier. I haven't been keeping up with Gino as far as fantasy wise, so I'll let Vincent take the cake here.
Honestly, Gino does well. He's not maybe a bad stream this week against Arizona, but I just never trust divisional games and starting quarterbacks, especially if they don't have like the type of rushing ability that back when Russell Wilson was with us. But Gino should play well, but I definitely think that Love will have the better game. Yeah, just divisional games for me, Seahawks and Arizona Cardinals. It's going to be a tighter game than I probably will like.
There you go. Straight from the horse's mouth, right? Straight from the horse's mouth. That's how it goes.
I think so.
I don't know. I think a lot of our viewers are so young, they don't get what we're saying. Like through their eyes, they're like, "Oh, these guys are old." We're talking with who we're talking with Rave last time, right? He thought Reed was like 40 or something. Leo says, "I might be a little biased, but the amount of hate that Herbert received after last night's game was kind of crazy. Hurts threw 3 picks against the Jets, who didn't have their top 2 corners. It's always going to be that way. You're always going to have people that have excuses, right? Hurts, those are excuses. 3 picks, no one's talking about it. You look at Justin Fields, he is what, 6 out of 36, his record. No one says anything. There's going to be people with excuses. Herbert, I was wrong. I put him a little bit lower, but I never gave him any disrespect like that. I think he is a franchise quarterback. You should be very excited. It's just, hey, in the end zone, Darren Bland, this guy who we're doing a giveaway, made a very good play.
He did.
Yeah, how about that? Would you trade DJ Moore for Waddle? 100% I would. You bet your what is it? You bet your I don't know.
There's multiple ways to say that one. There's the not so PG rated one, and
we're doing the PG rated one.
There's yes. Like you bet your bottom dollar is
not that one. The one from Ed and Eddie. That would. I
don't know. With the sheep farmer, dude.
Yes, go get Waddle.
I don't know what he says, but I know exactly how it sounded.
Brar says, CMC out. It's over. It's over. It's over. Don't worry, Brar. It's okay. Hey, man, as a Niners fan, because I know you're a Niners fan, you want CMC to be out this week. You do. You want to be out. You want him to get healthy enough for the Bengals. I wouldn't even mind if he missed out on the Bengals, right? Missed 3 weeks because after that, we got a bye week. We got Jordan Mason, who scored back-to-back touchdowns in games. Then we have Elijah Mitchell, who we didn't see much of last week, but that's because he just came off of the injury. And remember, Elijah Mitchell was our running back 1 before we got CMC, and he's damn good. So I'm not scared. I'm not worried about it. Yes, CMC is going to hurt a little bit because he's CMC, right? But I'm not too worried about it. You got to trust in the offense, trust in the play style, and trust our defense like we always do. Moving forward, says Liam says Herbert has thrown 2 picks all season. Hurts threw 3 in 1 game, and so did Dak Prescott. You know, it's trust me. We know, Liam. Don't worry about that. We know Herbert. You're good. Being a Chargers fan, having Herbert on your team, you're good. Your season is far from over. You guys will bounce back. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Reed.
I'm only going to read the first half of this comment, by the way. Reed out here blowing his nose, answering emails, picking his nose, and I'm not gonna read the rest.
Jeez, I want to give a quick shout out over here to Big E, or also known as what's that? What's that?
Oh no, nothing.
Eric, there you go. I was hoping you said his name because I was trying to look for it. But Big E on Discord, also known as Eric, for setting out our link on our live stream, allowing the rest of our subscribers to come in and ask us some questions. If you guys haven't yet, join our Discord. The link is in the description. It's an absolute free app that all of our subscribers, or majority of our subscribers, are at, and we answer fantasy football questions all day, all night. You guys, any one of these guys, I'll get to you eventually. We live busy lives, but we make time for you guys always. I lost where I was at.
It's
okay.
Right here. Yep.
Chill. It's telling Dizzle to chill. If Fournette joins the Bills, will it affect Cook? 100%. Leonard Fournette is not a Damian Harris. Damian Harris is a vet in the NFL, but Leonard Fournette is a bigger name vet. You know, you're not going to sign him to a vet minimum deal. You're not. You're going to sign him to I may be wrong. They may sign him to a vet minimum deal, but he's going to be demanding playtime. That's why he's not with the team right now, because he wants playtime. That's why he's not with Tampa Bay, because he was sharing too much with Rashad White. He's going to get some more playing time than Damian Harris. So yes, if he does join the Bills, which makes absolute no sense to me, he will be affecting his performance. Reed, you want to read this?
Dizzle is 26.
Nice. Ruben says, I got Joe Burrow on bye and Fields injured, but I have to drop someone on my team to pick up Love. Should that be Addison, Madison, Zay Flowers, or Garrett Wilson? No. Don't do it. Listen, I'm going to say something. These guys are not going to agree with me here. They're going to hate this, but I am never going to hop on the Fields train. I'm not doing it. I don't like Fields. I don't like that offense. I don't care if he's injured. He's won 6 games of his career, and yet they still think he's the freaking answer to Chicago. I say you go out there and you drop Fields. That's me. I'm crazy.
I agree with you, AJ. I just put in one of our messages in one of our leagues, the NSP Gold League. I'm currently selling Justin Fields for a bag of chips. So if anybody wants to trade with me,
hey bro,
a bag of chips.
I answered that already, Reed. I said me gusta Justin Fields.
Y'all better not be dealing on a live show right now. Are you?
No,
kidding
we're not
me?
dealing. We're not dealing.
You guys are all here sending trades to one another. But Vince, do you want to solidify this?
So I will not solidify this. Thank you for that heart, Reed. Thank you for that heart. Justin Fields is going to come back. He's going to play well, man. He's not going to, win a bunch of games for the Bears. But in fantasy, that we don't care about that. We care about fantasy points. That's what we care about. And that was what my bold prediction was. Oh my
Kyrie literally just offered me a bag of chips for Justin Fields. DeMarcado.
But he did. Oh my!
Yeah, he offered me DeMarcado.
Kyrie, I hope you're watching this, dude. You're the worst at trades. The worst.
I love this. But I just think whenever Justin Fields does come back, as long as his right hand is healthy, that thumb is flexing and grooving, I think he's gonna play well. He's a good running type quarterback, so I think that's where you get your points, man. So I like him on my bench until he's fully healthy. Then I'll slide him back into the starting position.
Jeez, look at Reed going at it.
I know, man.
Ruben says, I have T. Higgins as well, but his schedule later in the season will be good, and after the bye, they'll play better. I sure hope so, because I have Joe Burrow, so I sure darn hope so. Happy Herbert threw a pick yesterday at Dallas D. Good for you. Good for you. I have a bet going on. I need Dallas to lose more games. But Rave says, JT or Jacoby Myers this week, flex PPR. This is tough, right? Jimmy G playing. Jacoby, you put him in, right? Jimmy G not playing. That's where Jacoby got majority of his production from, was when Jimmy G was on there. I'll tell you this. If you want to hit a home run, Rave, you go out there, you pick up Jacoby. If you want to play safe and score at least 10 points, you go out there, you play Jonathan Taylor against a super tough defense. Go Jacoby. Go Jacoby. That's final answer. Right.
He's 100% starter the rest of the year.
Dang, it's weird. It's like we've been talking about that guy for a while.
AJ, my 49ers guy, going against CMC this week, what percentage you think he plays? No sense to play him until post-bye. What do you think about CMC?
I completely agree. I don't. If I'm the Niners organization, if I'm the head coach, if I'm John Lynch, the GM, I'm like, hey, dude, let's rest CMC. There ain't no rush out here. We got a good team. Let's see what we're made of. If we lose games, we know we need to work on, right? Right now, CMC is trending to play this upcoming week. I'm going to tell you this. Even if he does play, he is not going to be full on 100% on the field. He's going to be very limited to snaps. They're going to limit him, get Jordan Mason involved, get Elijah Mitchell involved. I wouldn't be too worried about CMC this upcoming week. I'll put it that way. Brandon says, how's it going? Will CMC play? Another question. Like I said, CMC is training to play. I wouldn't be surprised if he does. I hope he doesn't, but that's not a guy you should be worried about. Or if he's on your team, that's not a guy who you should start. It's kind of weird, right? Don't start CMC, but I think a lot of people may be disappointed. Desperate? Sure, start him. Ruben says, would y'all have Garrett Wilson or Deontay Johnson rest of the season? I have my answer. I want to hear y'all's thoughts here.
I'm going to go Garrett Wilson.
I think
I don't trust Matt Canada. That's Steelers offense.
Yeah, I think I'm just going Garrett Wilson. Deontay Johnson hasn't really played this year due to like injury, basically. But I think when he comes back, he's not going to be as big a factor as everybody wants him to be. I agree with Reed that offense just is not clicking, and I don't think the addition of Deontay Johnson will assist that.
Sorry, I had to take a sip of water. Says Brandon, y'all saw me and Liam need Keenan Allen to go off. Tony Pollard running for 60 yards didn't help my chances of winning at all. Honestly, had it in the books until that play. Honestly, Dak's freaking career was saved because of that play. You know, he made a throw. Pollard caught it. It was in a tight coverage, and he just got out somehow, some way. Poor tackling from the Chargers, and I think they have excellent corners. I don't know how he got out, but he did, and it was just insane. So, you know, good for them. Sorry to hear that. I know I was with you yesterday in the Discord. Ray says, I feel like only AJ answers questions in the Discord. Hey, in their defense, I mean, these guys work hard, right? They do a lot behind the scenes as well. Reed, you know, he's very good at his job. He's always at work. You know, he's very passionate about it. Vince, yeah, he works on the side, and he also a full-time student for free. Yeah.
For free, yeah.
He's a slave.
I am a slave to this medical field.
Yeah, so that's the thing. I mean, this guy is going to be a doctor. You can just imagine the type of life he has right now. It is not easy, very stressful. Me, on the other hand, I obviously live in my parents' basement. This is where I am. I'm not doing anything with my life, so that's just what I do. No, don't bash me, okay? I don't live in my parents' basement. I have my own house, okay? This is my own home. Brandon says, I want Reed to answer all of our questions too. See, Reed, they like your responses.
I solemnly swear that I will try harder to answer questions on the Discord, okay? I will try harder. I will not answer all of them. That is why we got our boy AJ over here, who's the fantasy expert and always available. But I will try harder, all right? I will try harder for you guys.
And I solemnly swear to always put in bets every single week. That's what I do for y'all. And you guys still don't ride with me. You guys want to win money? Ride with me, man.
Dang, that's true. Y'all want to win money. You go with this guy. He's been winning every single week. We have betting with NSP. But Brandon says the person you need to drop is Justin Fields, answering the question earlier. He's been playing so bad. Well, he's also injured, so you got to think about that as well. Parker Bledsoe says, I just saw that the Bills canceled the workout with Fournette. I don't think it was the Bills. I think it was actually Fournette Fournette came out and said that he is not going to be visiting any teams, but he wants to get signed with a team. I don't know, right? He's just like, I'm done visiting with these teams, but I will not visit with these teams at this time. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, this guy is very confident at his work. Maybe he's getting the Antonio Brown syndrome now. I don't know. Or maybe the OBJ of last year that everyone seems to forget. I'm only going to sign to a team who's going to the Super Bowl, literally the game before.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that was.
That guy.
I can't stand
that
him.
guy. Dizzle says, my man Reed literally blowing his brains out. Get well, brother. Yeah, it's been rough for me, man. I usually don't get sick, and I've just been blowing my brains out for the past 4 days. It's been crazy.
Brandon says, told y'all the Cowboys would bounce back. Hey, man, the Cowboys are a good team. They're a very talented team. I did, expect the Chargers to come out and win that game, but they decided to do the safety that Cowboys did. It would go for it on 4th down. Pretty risky play call, but at that point of time in the game, I feel like you just go and get the points. Or, you had a little over a yard to go. You have Austin Eckler back who's just killing the whole game. You put him in. I mean, I don't know. But it was a good game. Good for the Cowboys. They got a very tough road ahead of them.
Dizzle says, Reed, give me a Dak Prescott under the center cadence. Here we go. Is that what he does? Is he goes, here we go. Or what? I never watch Cowboy games.
Here we go.
I know he goes, here we go, like all the time.
You gotta do the clap.
Here we go. Dizzle says, oh man, Vince is going to be going crazy in the back of the stairwell at the hospital in no time.
What?
Hey, bro, that was me in the summer for sure. Faux show.
Yes, sir.
That's
Mr.
a tough
Prune.
question.
What's up?
This is a tough question here.
How long do you think the Panthers will remain winless?
Let's go look at their schedule.
Yeah, let's
I'm
take a
pulling
look.
it up.
Okay.
Where's the Panthers?
They're on a bye week, no?
I think so.
Yes, they are on a bye week this week. Their next game is against the Texans, so that's their next best chance. Then they play against the Colts. That is their next best chance. Then they play against the Bears. That is their next best chance. So you got 3 winnable games through next week. So after that, you face the Panthers, then the Titans, then the Bucks, then the Saints. Those are all harder games. Then the Falcons, which is a little bit harder game. Then you face the Packers. That's an automatic loss. Jaguars, I think you lose that. And then Buccaneers after that. So I think these 3 next games for you guys, the Texans, Colts, and the Bears for you Panthers fans out there, those are your games to be able to win games right there. Any other game the rest of the year, you're going to have to sneak one out and hope that you can come out on top. Those are the games that you can actually win these next 3 weeks.
So I think the harder question is, how many games do they win?
2,
3.
Yeah,
I
think
is their
2 or
ceiling.
3. I think 2 or 3 for sure.
Imagine having the first overall pick to get the first overall pick again.
Getting it again.
Jaguars did that, didn't they?
For a multitude of years, honestly.
Well, they don't have the first
back-to-back.
overall pick. They don't have the first overall pick. They traded it away.
They did trade it away.
The Jaguars?
No, the
Panthers.
The Panthers.
Oh, no.
Remember
that's
they
not-
Bears
traded-
have it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bears have it.
No, I'm saying Jaguars had back-to-back first overall
Oh,
picks.
yes.
Trevor Lawrence, and then they made the mistake of not getting Aiden Hutchinson. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got that big beefy defensive lineman.
Yeah, what was his name? No one remembers.
Yeah,
I know Aiden Hutchinson, but okay. But I do want to say I was terribly wrong about in our pick'em video. I underestimated the Texans. The Texans, I think they're a real deal, and I don't think they're going to allow the Panthers to beat them. He did this just for Reed.
I gotta get the voice. Here we go.
Jeez.
I hurt my throat.
I love
Reed
it.
is committed. Reed is committed.
After the bye, Panthers will win 2 of those 3 games. Steamy hot take. All
Very
right,
steamy.
you heard it here. Take a screenshot.
Parker Bledsoe says, is Gibbs playing this week? This is something that we're closely monitoring right now. There's not much, but they're optimistic about him playing. If he does play, this is someone that you got to start. You just have to start. He is not going to be the workhorse of that offense. He will be sharing the ball, 60-40 split. So expect that. Okay. He's not going to be the David Montgomery, but Gibbs, as of right now, I would say a 60% chance of playing this week. Very tough call. How valuable is Thielen for fantasy?
You freaking valuable.
I don't know. What do you think, Reed?
Okay, I was wrong about him. All right.
Yeah.
I was wrong because he's the only viable threat on that offense. All right. That's the only reason.
He's literally the number 7 overall fantasy player in the entire
If he was on any other team, he would be an old man, broken bones. He's just lucky he's on that Panthers offense.
I love to be the person that says, I told you so. But I told you so. I love Adam Thielen.
Next time I'm right, I'm going to shove it right in your face, AJ.
But this was huge. I mean, I told people the very late in the rounds, pick up Adam Thielen. He's going undrafted sometimes. Just pick him up.
Yeah.
Look at him. He's a starter every week. This guy's the real deal. And it was kind of a joke when he said that I wanted to go to a team that's going to be contending. Yeah. How's that working out?
Trayvon Walker from UGA. That's his name, AJ.
I know his name, but he's doing good. He's doing decent, but nothing like Aiden Hutchinson.
You can't define a draft pick this early.
What do you mean? This is his second year.
You can, after 4 to 5 years, and then you can define who an actual player is.
Okay, that's fair.
Rashawn Gary didn't look good until his 3rd year. And
that guy's stupid on freaking Madden. There's no way he's that fast. There's no way that 380-pound dude is that fast.
Now you're talking about Kenny Clark right now.
Oh, yeah.
I'm talking about our outside linebacker, Rashawn Gary.
I'm talking about
Clark. Respect on his name.
Who should I start at flex? Gibbs, Amari, or Ramadre? If I'm stuck. Like that, that Windows a bump. The dunk. I think you start Amari Cooper here.
I would think so
agree.
too.
Yes.
Yeah, even if Gibbs is playing, you start Amari. And right now, I don't think the Patriots know what they want or what they're trying to do. Oh, geez. I see the comment section. I see who's finally in. It's been over a month since this guy has joined our live stream.
Still out for some banana and yogurt. Gotta get some Z's for my 6:15 run. Must run 2 miles at 7:45 pace each. Wish me luck, boys. Reed, get well. AJ, keep killing it on the court. And Vince, wink. He's hitting you again, dude.
Hey, he's not as bad as Polar Nights, bro.
That's his name. We're trying to remember his name. This dude was like...
Polar was bad.
He's down bad.
LeBron. What's going on, Kyrie? Dude, where you been, dude? It's been so long. And you can't blame it on that you've been out there with chicks, okay? We stalked your profile. You ain't pulling no chicks, my man. Get out of here.
He's finally back because the Bengals have won 2 in a row, and he's feeling good. That's why he's back.
Oh, he's feeling good, huh?
Yeah.
Everyone. I already done. I told you so enough on this chat. I'm not going to do it anymore. But he said that guy. Hey, Dizzle has been making it to every one of our live streams now. Kyrie,
put some respect
on that name.
Put some respect on his name.
Respect. Nerd. Mr. Prune says, Mr. Prune He says, eat 3 new Chick-fil-A sandwiches in 5 minutes or have Reed's team blow you out by 300 points. Oh, jeez.
You would
dude.
never hear the end of it.
5
AJ.
minutes. He didn't say that. We didn't hear that.
I'm not that
but we know
rude.
Reed. We know Reed, though.
I'm not that rude. I didn't say anything when I beat Vince.
Whoa!
Or when I beat you.
Whoa!
Yes, you did. You
No,
said
I was just.
I beat Vince 2 times. I'm
Okay,
2-0.
that's
2-0
all I
against
said,
Vince.
though. I made one comment, and you guys were blowing it out of proportion. I could be bad if you guys want me to be bad.
We know how bad you could be. Mr. Prune's my favorite commenter. He is. I'm not going to hide it. I can't hide it anymore.
So you're going to eat 3 Chick-fil-A sandwiches? New
Oh,
ones?
no. I'm getting my back blown out by you, Reed.
Okay.
Fantasy-wise. All right?
Okay. Nice recovery.
Kyrie says, imagine me not getting hosed. You correct. Kyrie, you ain't fooling anyone anymore, dude. We all know.
Can we really quick go to those comments so we can read it? And then we'll go back to George playing. It's you. Kyrie, lick my gooch. Only one Kyrie, and it's Kyrie Irving, a.k.a. Uncle Drew. Don't reach, young blood.
I didn't think Reed was going to say it,
All
bro.
right, back to George play. Hey guys, I'm 6-0. Should I trade James Cook for Jefferson? The guy who had JJ doesn't have running back. If you can absolutely fleece this guy and get Jefferson for James Cook, 100% send that trade right now, George. Send that trade. That is a absolute fleece. When Jefferson comes back, whenever he does, it will be great for you.
Oh my gosh!
All right, you guys agree with me here?
Oh
yeah, if you can
100%
do that.
We said earlier in this podcast, go out there, sell James Cook. You sell him for whatever you can. Don't get lowballed. But if you can get Justin Jefferson for this guy, 100% do it. Huge upside, especially if you're 6-0. You're basically stamping your championship right there. Go out there, go get it. Oh, jeez. ASD, AFG, hop. ASD, ASG, hop. ASG, should I trade away Saquon to get Ayuk? I would not. I love Brandon Ayuk. I love him.
Yeah.
He's going to get points, right? But Saquon, he's going to get points as well. And I think Saquon has a bigger home run potential than Brandon Ayuk. I mean, we've seen Brandon Ayuk go to get maybe, 3 receptions a game. He's still producing points out of it because he's just a beast like that. But Saquon, he's going to get the touches. He's going to be the absolute workhorse. The only, the only risk you take there is his health, right? Hopefully he stays healthy. That's all I got. I don't know. Would y'all take this trade?
If I was I had a whole bunch of running backs that I'm ready to put in my starting lineup in my bench, then I would take this, and I just needed wide receivers. It just depends on your situation, but I wouldn't do that in my opinion.
Clap nuts. I was about to make a TikTok like that. What's up, slap nuts? Or I think it was slap nuts. It was with little Beetlejuice, and he gets crap knocked out of him. It says, who wins? Watson and Mike Evans for Ridley and T-Law. I think it really just depends if you need a quarterback or not. Let's say you don't need a quarterback, right? No quarterback is needed. Watson and Evans, 100%. I like that a lot. I like consistent guys. And right here, I see consistency. Really, I see inconsistency because once Zay Jones comes back, I don't know what the situation is over there. And then you're double dipping with T-Law and Ridley. So how do you really feel about that? And T-Law, he is a top 10 quarterback right now, but the points that he's just averaging is good, but it's not good enough to be like, I love T-Law out there. I don't know. What do y'all think?
I would also agree with you, AJ.
ASD's getting a kick out of it from what we were doing earlier. Kyrie says, read funny AF.
Anytime.
Clapnut says, who could I get if I package James Cook and Pickens? Looking for a running back. Right now, the hot take with me is James Conner. He's out there, he's injured, and once he gets back, he is the bell cow of that team, right? But you don't want to overpay. You don't want to overpay for a running back. Beforehand, it was Tony Pollard. You want to go out there, you want to get Tony Pollard. It's too late for that now. Beforehand, It was Breece Hall. You want to go out there and get Breece Hall. It's too late for that now. I wouldn't even say go out there and get Derrick Henry. What are you going to say, Vince?
I think even like maybe a Montgomery once he comes back healthy.
Ooh, that's good.
That one seems enticing to me just because not everybody is talking about him. Everybody's like, oh, when is Gibbs going to take over? I think we heard MCDC say that Montgomery was always going to be the workhorse and Gibbs is going to be the change-up guy. Not too sure if that came directly out of his mouth or if it was changed up a little bit, but that's how they want to run their offense this year. Possibly next year, if you are in a dynasty league, Gibbs is the guy to keep for sure. But if you're just in a regular league where you draft every single year, I think Montgomery right now is a guy who's a sleeper because nobody's talking about him.
Very true. That is a good pick, Vince. What's up, Aaron? What's going on? ASD says we are spitting straight facts, my dog. It says I got Hall, Kamara, and JT. I like that. That's nice.
So trading away Saquon, trying to get a wide receiver, I think that makes more sense, right?
It does. I wouldn't be opposed to it. I still think Saquon has a super high value. I would even
more than Ayuk.
More than Ayuk, yes. I would even argue that Saquon has more value than Kamara. That's a hot take. It's pretty early to talk, right? Because both these guys just came back from injury. But I think long run, I'd rather go with Saquon if he's healthy, just because that team literally has no one else playing for them besides Saquon Barkley. But that's just me. If you are in desperate need, I don't want to even say desperate. If you're just in need of wide receivers, I wouldn't mind that trade. I would suggest try to get a throw-in guy. Try to get someone just to toss him in there. Get someone like a Rashad White who's not producing that great, but has the opportunity to produce good every single week because of the touches that he gets. Mr. Prune, my favorite commenter, says fantasy punishment should be for Reed to use only the Dizzle voice for a full month on stream. Jeez. I think we got to make that happen.
Mr. Prune, you need to shut your mouth and keep your comments to yourself, buddy. Don't you dare try to throw this on me.
Guys, NSP Big 3. Can we get un aplauso for Eric over here for getting an excellent trade, for getting Waddle and getting rid of DJ Moore? Good for you. Golf clap right there. Big E, thank you. So it threw me off because I have a friend on our Discord. His name is Big E. And I saw the comment. And I was like, hey, he's back. What? He's been a while. But hey, I'm super glad it's you. I like you way more than I like him, hands down. But good for you, man. Good trade. ASD says, RN, I want a good wide receiver who I can get by packaging McLaurin, Jacoby, and Kamara. Jeez. You're getting, oh my gosh, who are you going for?
You need to go after.
He's going for like a Diggs or something.
He's going for a Diggs. He's going for a Keenan Allen. He's going out there for, I think it's still a little too early to say Adam Thielen, but Adam Thielen, he's going to injure Jay Jettas with a package deal of, I like it. Now you'll be able to get someone real good if you're packaging those guys up. Very nice play if you're trying to upgrade your team. I do want to say we do have a lot of live viewers right now. We will get to every single question. And just a reminder, we are doing a live giveaway. This is a Darren Bland cornerback from the Dallas Cowboys autographed mini helmets with a letter of authenticity in it. All you have to do in that giveaway is make sure you're subscribed. Comment done in our YouTube shorts, or it's our last YouTube short that we just posted. Comment done and you're automatically in. If you want to find out more ways to answer your name multiple times, join our Discord. The link is in the description. ZH, what's going on, my man? Appreciate you joining us live. Says maybe you could help with some waiver suggestion. My team is 1-5 in standard. ZH, hey, man, I see you, bro. Don't worry. We get to every single question. That's what we do here. We are a smaller channel, but we answer everyone. And of freaking course, we could help you out, my man. Don't you worry. If you join our Discord, little fun fact, I do release a waiver wire sheet, a little cheat sheet of who to pick up, whatever team you need. I put notes, I put details, I put stats. Spend way too much time doing it, but you know what? I don't get paid for it. I do it for you guys. Okay, waiver wire suggestions. Please put it in the comment below. Who are you looking for? What are you in need of? We have a lot of people to choose from. So Aaron Reborn says, my team is Fields, Mixon, Barkley, Tyreek Hill. Dang, okay. DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, Hawkinson, Mike Evans, Sanders, Higbee, Flowers, Collins, Achane, and Deshaun Watson. So it kind of seems like you're playing in a 6-man team, correct? Fantasy football?
Yes,
because this team is absolutely stacked, man. Good for you. I would just suggest trying to upgrade that QB position. I was offered Eckler, Chase, and Rashad White for Barkley, Mixon, Keenan Allen, and Evans. What do y'all think? I love Eckler. I think Chase is awesome. Must start guy every single week. Rashad White, I like. F it, dude. I don't see this as a bad trade, but I feel like I kind of see it as a lateral trade. Are you in a full PPR? If you're in a full PPR, oh, he's in an 8-man league. If you're in a full PPR, it looks really good because those guys get the touches, but you're good with where you're at. If you want to change it up, I wouldn't mind, but you are giving up Evans for no one, and I think you're slightly decreasing with Rashad White with Joe Mixon.
Yeah, so here's my thing. You would be left with one healthy running back, my guy. So you would have to hit up the waiver wire after that, and it's slim pickings out there. I'm not too sure how big your league is, but maybe you can put that in the comment down low, and we can check it out. Oh, 8-man league, full PPR. Okay, so I mean, he might have a bunch of guys out there on the waiver wire that he could pick up with this. My only thing is, yeah, Jamar Chase is doing well, but is he going to be doing well every single week? I feel like Keenan Allen fits that role every single week because they force feed the heck out of him no matter what. I mean, if they're on the field for like 4 snaps a quarter, like Keenan Allen's going to get 3 of those snaps. So that's just why I think you should keep Keenan Allen. And I don't think you should give away both of your running backs. Maybe keep Barkley and try to just give away Mixon. See what they do for that.
I want to clip this right here. This is awesome. I love these types of comments. Thank you so much, Big E. He says, best fantasy channel out here for sure. What do you guys think on Jonathan Taylor? Is he going to pop off? Hey, man, the trend that he's going on right now, he's increasing his role little by little. Reed is not a fan of Jonathan Taylor, but I'm a Jonathan Taylor guy. They don't pay a guy $42 million to share the backfield. Okay. I think he's going to pop off later on the season. I like him a lot. Appreciate the kind words, Eric. But going back to ZH, he says Goff and Love at QB, Henry, Saquon, Swift, Ford at running back, Diggs, Devontae, Collins, and Flowers at wide receiver, Thomas at tight end. Okay, I can see how you're going 1-5. It's not necessarily that you have a bad team. It's just, unfortunate events. Derrick Henry, he does have on and off moments. Saquon has been injured. Swift, good for you. Ford is on that downslope. Diggs, great. Devontae, 2 back-to-back games. Collins, on that roller coaster. Zay Flowers is great. You want to package up some of those big name guys, right? I would say one or the other, Henry or Devontae. Package them up with someone else. Like if you're doing Devontae Adams, I'll package up Ford and get yourself someone who is elite, someone who is solidified to get 15 plus points a game. Doesn't matter what position it is. You got depth here. I think you could definitely use a elite flex. What do you think?
I would agree with what you said. You can definitely use an elite flex, so I would go with AJ Suffice here.
Yeah. Start looking at tight ends too. I mean, Thomas, good option. Yeah, that's what Vince is going to say. Thomas is a great option, but you could always be better. You always be better at tight ends, especially having him. Vince, what do you think? Should he target a tight end?
You're muted.
You're muted.
I said it doesn't take too much to trade for Laporta. Laporta is a guy you can start every single week, except for his bye week. But yeah, I mean, I think you should definitely work at the running back position because Of course, Saquon is a good option, but Swift should be that running back too. And every now and then you can put Saquon in the flex and stuff like that. But yeah, I think you should try to get rid of Devontae Adams. Try to find a guy who really likes Devontae Adams and thinks he's going to do well, like me later in the season, and just trade for a lot of guys who can start every single week. They probably won't produce 20 points, but they'll get you wins because they're consistent. So just look for consistent guys.
For sure, for sure. I do want to say I see you guys in the comment section. I see you, Derek. We will get to your comment very shortly. I also see Lincoln was here. We will get to your comment very shortly. We answer every single comment out there. If you guys want to kill some time, go back to our most recent YouTube short. We're giving away this awesome autographed mini helmet. It is a Darren Bland mini helmet with the letter of authenticity. All you have to do is like our most recent YouTube short, comment done, and make sure you're subscribed. As long as you're subscribed, you have a very good chance of winning this because not a lot of people have entered so far. Winner will be announced on Monday. ASD says, I'm 2-4, so I don't know how appropriate it would be for trading JJ. Yeah, that is kind of tough, right? But I mean, JJ is going to have some awesome upside later on the season. If you could stick it out without, who were you saying? Oh, packaging McLaurin, Jacoby, and Kamara. If you're packaging all those guys, you could definitely get more than JJ. If you're losing all those guys and you're 2-4, I wouldn't go for it. You're giving up way too much for someone who's not going to be available for the next 3 weeks.
Yeah, I don't even think I would get rid of Kamara at all. But that's just my opinion.
Clap nuts. Who we liking better rest of the season, Cook or Stevenson with the pads? Oh, we know all about some Stevenson. I love Stevenson. I love him a lot. I hate that the Patriots signed Ezekiel Elliott. I hate that the Patriots have a freaking dude named Mac Jones as their quarterback. It is a horrible situation over there. I don't know why they're splitting the backfield, but Stevenson and Ezekiel Elliott is just too inconsistent for me. If I had to run rest of the season, at this moment of time, I'm doing Cook. You have Harris injured, and Cook in a PPR league, he's getting the receptions. So I like that a lot. I don't know if these guys are going to agree with me here. What do y'all think?
I agree with you. Stevenson, I jumped off that train a while ago, a little bit before you did, AJ. I just don't trust it going forward. Dude's an absolute talent, but as far as fantasy, I cannot trust it moving forward.
Yeah, man, I think it's just a thing of health for me. I don't think Ramondre Stevenson's going to hold up the entire season. He's already been questionable within like half of his games, and that's because, they're using him into the ground, basically. But I think they both get good receptions, so if you have both, I would keep them both. But if you were to trade one away, I think Ramondre Stevenson is the guy that you should trade because he will most likely get hurt later in the season. But James Cook should be pretty consistent.
Derek, what's going on, my man? It says 10 team, half PPR, double flex. Would you take Eckler for Kelsey straight up? I have Laporta as my other tight end.
Yes. Forget Eckler. Take Eckler.
You want Eckler, yeah. Half PPR, he's going to get the points. I love Kelsey. Kelsey's a beast, but so is Laporta. Laporta is freaking awesome. Vince was very high on him in the preseason, and I'm so glad we listened to his advice. So was Reed. I'm so glad I listened to their advice because Laporta is an absolute beast, and he is a top 5 fantasy tight end rest of the season.
Yes, sir.
Aaron says, appreciate y'all. Hey, we appreciate you joining us live. Like I said, if you guys haven't yet, please hit that subscribe button. It is absolutely free. We are on the road to hitting 1,000 subscribers. It feels like it is forever away and it may not ever happen, but with y'all's help, we could definitely get there. So thank y'all so much for tuning in live. Lincoln was here. 12-man dynasty. San Francisco PPR. Or that's it, right? That's yeah, right?
Dynasty. I think SF means something else.
That's what I'm thinking as well. 12-team dynasty SF PPR got an offer. I trade Super flex.
There we go.
I don't know why I didn't get that. Super flex got an offer. I trade AJB Hurts mid-second round for JJ AR Love. We are both contending. Should I do the trade or keep rolling? I like JJ long.
Wow.
Do we like JJ long term? He doesn't know he's going to resign with the Minnesota, right? But he's going to be a beast to wherever he goes, right?
I would assume so. But it would have to be a pass-heavy team. But I'm assuming he's only going to want to sign with a pass-heavy team because he doesn't want his production to go down. AR Anthony Richardson, again, Reed says that he's an 80% chance of injury every single game. I think next year he'll be better for sure. But this year I just don't know how he's going to do. But I think it's smart that you're also packaging Love, because if AR is injured, then you have Love as well. So I don't hate this one, because then you're not double dipping with AJ Brown and Hurts. So yeah, I like it. I kind of like it.
What are you trying to do?
I'm saying
AJ?
100%. Anthony Richardson has not played a game without getting
I
injured.
thought you were trying to pull something away.
No. Yeah, I would kind of don't like that.
I wouldn't do the trade.
Yeah. Would I be wrong to think that JJ has a chance of being out for the season? No, not entirely, because I think the Vikings are kind of throwing at this point, but at a very respectable fashion, right? JJ, just like Saquon, there's really no reason for him to come back. He's going to get paid no matter what next year, whether it be with the Vikings, whether it be with someone else,
another team,
with another team like the Green Bay Packers. He's going to get paid.
He just needs to go somewhere else. He just needs to go somewhere else. Okay, he doesn't need to go with us. He just needs to go somewhere else.
He's going to go somewhere else, and he's going to get paid no matter what. So if you're making a business decision, I wouldn't blame him if he sits out for us this season with a lingering injury. Kawhi Leonard. Guy is also willing to add Spears or Hopkins. Spears is actually a nice option. Hopkins I'm not too fond of because he's older. I don't see him in the league much longer, especially with the horrible season that he's had. But Spears is that's his team next year. That's him. He's him. He's good too. I like him a lot. Guys, if you guys are in the comment section, don't worry. We get to every single comment. If you haven't yet, please hit that subscribe button. We are currently doing a giveaway. It's right here in the back of me. It's an autographed mini helmet from the Dallas Cowboys. Randy says, trade Flowers and Gibbs for Aaron Jones if healthy. Have Breece Hall, Ford, Chuba, Rashawn, Amon-Ra, Waddle, and Palmer. I like that a lot. I wouldn't trade both for Aaron Jones. I love Aaron Jones. I think you should go out there and you should get him 100%. But Zay Flowers is the wide receiver 1. And Gibbs, if you are in a deep league, he's consistently getting 9 to 10 points. He's a great super flex option. He's a great flex option if you are desperate. And right now, we don't know the full extent of Montgomery's injury. He could take on a bigger role for these next few weeks. You want to get Aaron Jones. You do. But I wouldn't give up that much. I think it's a little too much.
I would make the trade. I would make that trade, in my opinion. I would try to offer something smaller first to see if he bites on it. But if he bites on this, I will take that trade, in my opinion.
I want to give a shout out to Aaron Reborn and also Andrew Palm for hitting up the subscribe button. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you guys. Honestly, it helps out a lot. And due to that, I'm going to go ahead and skip a bunch, and we're going to get back to the question, but let's answer Andrew Palms because we haven't gotten a chance for his. He says, is it okay if I start Mahomes, Kelsey, and Pacheco, even though they're on the same team? I don't like double dipping. Now, this is a whole new level, right? You're triple dipping. You're just getting all into it, but you're starting the guys that are the only guys that will be touching the ball on that team. Right, Mahomes 100%, Kelsey 100%, and I even like Isaiah Pacheco. I think it's okay. Scary when the bye season comes, but that's gonna be a little scary.
I think I would have to agree there. They're going against the Chargers, so it's going to be a game where it's going to be a lot of points. If you remember the last time they played, it was a lot of points. So.
Wadika says, thanks, guys. Take your time. Like the show, by the way. Hey, appreciate you being here live with us. Thank you so much. We are a small channel trying to grow. So, like I said, if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. It helps out a lot. Or if you find this useful, hit that thumbs up button. It really does help. YouTube tends to hate our videos whenever it comes out. Like, we have 5,000 views on our YouTube short. I put away a giveaway short. It has 157 views. I'm like, okay. But Dima Fieri?
So yeah,
Dima Fieri. Who should I trade for? Amari Cooper. I got Swift, Hall, Kamara, and Pollard. I need a wide receiver. Man, that's just a stacked team. Oh my goodness.
all right, Cooper, you got Swift, Hall, and Kamara. That I like that.
You could trade anyone straight up, honestly. I hold those guys way more valuable than Amari Cooper. And I think you get something more than Amari Cooper.
Yeah,
Am I being crazy here? I think go ahead.
I think honestly, the guy that I would most likely trade away there is probably Hall or Pollard, and you got to go after someone who's a lot better than Amari Cooper. If you're gonna trade Hall or Pollard, like if that was my team, I would probably go after someone more in the range of like, let me see. Shoot, I don't even know. I would try to go after a big name guy, like maybe even like CD Lamb for someone who's like not too high on him. CD Lamb should be playing a lot better. I would even try to reach for someone like AJ Brown, in my opinion. It'll be hard to swing, but there's a trade out there where you could get someone in that caliber of wide receiver.
For sure. If I'm in your league, you're offering me any one of those running backs for Amari Cooper, I take him. Take him. All yours, buddy. So yeah, don't get lowballed there. Mr. Prune says, do you think Jefferson will remain on the Vikings next year? Reed is lighting candles that he does not. Honestly, Jefferson came out and said, I'm not going to make a decision until I know who's my quarterback next year. I think me and Kirk Cousins could be the best wide receiver QB do. I think that's BS, but he does want to know who's going to be out there. So it's uncertainty. I don't think he is. If the Vikings play bad, unless they give out the bag, making him the highest paid wide receiver in the league, he stays. But if they don't, he's not.
He's an absolute idiot if he stays with the Vikings. They're not going to be better than whatever team that would pay more. And if he hits free agency, any team will outpay the Vikings in order to get him on the team. 100%. They will pay more.
These guys are about the money now, Reed. They're about the money.
Any other team will pay more.
ASD says, RN, I'm offering Jacoby and Kamara for Jefferson. Can I pull that off? Very much so. Especially the guy needs to win right now. That is a very good trade for the guy who's putting up Jefferson, and a good trade for you if you have time for the late round. But Jacoby and Kamara are just killing it right now. Mr. Prune says, just got offered JT, Addison, and Stevenson for Justin Jefferson and Brandon Cooks. I feel like this is not a good trade for me, but what do y'all think? It's not a good trade.
No, it's not.
Unless we hear something that hints at the fact that Justin Jefferson's going to be out longer than we're anticipating, maybe. But you're just getting too many like dink and dunk guys for an all-out Hail Mary with Justin Jefferson. So, yeah.
I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. I am high on Jonathan Taylor, but Jefferson is an absolute beast. Lincoln was here, says, trying to see if he would add both Spears and Hopkins. I have Henry, would like his handcuff. Dynasty leagues, I'm just so uncertain. For a fact, I don't think Henry's going to be with the Titans next year, right? Tannehill's gone, Henry's gone. D-Hop, maybe gone. I don't know where Henry goes, but that is Spears' team next year. I would definitely try to get some Spears on your Dynasty team, 100%.
Yo.
Aaron says, never mind. I just trade Joe Mixon, Flowers, and Deshaun Watson for Patrick Mahomes and DeAndre Swift.
I kind of like it.
Yeah.
Especially when he had the receivers that he had. So I like it.
Heck yeah. I mean, I'm sad to see Joe Mixon and Flowers go, but DeAndre Swift, he's a must-start guy every single week. Patrick Mahomes, huge upgrade from Deshaun Watson. Huge. So good for you, man. Well. If it isn't my friend who has a 49ers jersey looking over the pier as his profile picture.
It's not a 49ers jersey.
I know he said it's a Bills jersey last time. I think he said that. It says hurting at running back. Current running backs are Mixon, Javonte, Gainwell, Justice Hill, and Ingram. Should I trade Tua for T-Law, Jerome Ford, and Rashad White? You would continue hurting at running backs if you do that trade. I don't mind that trade because I like T-Law. Consistent quarterback, cool. Jerome Ford is on a downslope. He's going to be losing more and more reps each and every week. And Rashad White, he gets the touches. He does, but he's not producing yet. I think it's just that offense. But it's an upgrade. If that's the only option you have, I would definitely take it. Yeah, I'd definitely take it if you don't have any other offers.
I just don't like it.
I know, but I mean, look at his running backs.
Yeah, he's hurt. He's hurting really bad, but
it's not that big of an upgrade, though.
I know.
He just gets more mediocre.
Yeah, I feel like he loses a lot of points with losing Tua for T-Law because Tua is averaging like 25 points a game. T-Law is averaging like 15, 16. And then if he gets Jerome Ford, averaging like 10 to 12, which is pretty good. It's not bad for a running back. But then also with Rashad White, it's like 6 or 10 points. So I don't know. I would seek out other trades. I think that's what AJ is alluding to as well. But if this is your only option, I mean, I also feel like it's a lateral move. You're going to have the same amount of points every week.
Yeah. Go out there, try to get something a little bit better. Also, if y'all by any chance catching us towards our end of our stream, don't forget we also have a Discord. We answer every single fantasy question on our Discord. The link is in the description. Discord is an absolutely free social app. No strings attached. You just, make a username and stuff like that, and boom, there you are. Aaron says, or he said if I wanted, instead he would do Mahomes, Swift, and Ridley for Watson, Mixon, and Mike Evans. What do y'all think? So Mahomes, Watson, Mahomes, Mixon, Swift, Really, Mike Evans, kind of tough because I don't know what's going to happen when Zay Jones comes back. But as of right now, really, I think you win that trade 100%.
Yeah,
100% you win that trade.
I would take that one right there.
For sure. I think it's even better. Nice. Good for you, man. Tan Hong Tik. I just butchered that name. I'm so sorry.
Tanjot DK.
Tanjot DK. Yeah? Close enough? I'm sorry, man. But it says, I have Fields at QB and have a trade offer for Ridley, Zay Flowers, and Rashad White for Mahomes and Devontae Smith. Have PPR. Redraft, should I accept? You got to ask these guys because I am not a Fields guy. I will say accept that 100%. But y'all choose here.
I would say yes. I would like to replace Rashad White with Fields if you could and give him Fields because you'll just have to drop Fields at this point. If you get Mahomes, that's the only thing I would do. Try to keep Rashad and give him Justin Fields.
Yeah, I feel like you need to trade away Fields because if you're getting Mahomes, then why do you have Fields too? You're just going to have a dilemma later on in the season where you're either going to want to play Fields or you're going to want to play Mahomes. So that just doesn't work out all the time. You always want one good quarterback and one mediocre quarterback, not two good quarterbacks. So try to save some of your guys like Zay Flowers and throw Fields in there. See if he'll accept that trade.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm jumping ahead over here. ASD says, I also just offered Kamara and Jacoby for Henry and Waddle. I think I'm straight up robbing the guy, but want your opinion. Okay, so I don't know if you're in a full PPR or half PPR because Kamara, he does get, the targets. Jacoby is looking good as well. I think Waddle has very high upside towards the end of the season, and Henry needs to be more consistent. What are you?
I'm laughing at Reed.
Oh,
because we made a trade.
Son of a...
No, I rejected his trade. Oh. He offered me Anthony Richardson for Justin Fields. Like, I asked for a bag of chips, not a Lay's bag of chips. All right, I don't need that empty bag. Okay,
You can throw him in your IR spot. Reed doesn't even take up
No,
space.
I don't need him. I don't want him. Get out.
ASD, if he says this is a half PPR, if things continue to trend the way they're doing right now, then you want to stick with Kamara and Jacoby Myers. Do I believe they're going to trend all the way to the rest of the season? It's slim pickings there. It's very slim that it does. Henry and Waddle could potentially be 100% rest of the season starters. If so, you win that trade 100%. But I do want to put it out there that this is a risk because you're looking at guys who are for certain, getting you points. Somewhat Jacoby without Jimmy G now, but the more I'm looking at it, the more I'm okay with it. So I don't think it's a robbery, but I think it's a slight win.
Yeah.
Okay. I look at you guys, man. You're just like, oh yeah. Colin J says, should I trade Kelsey and Jake Elliott for Stephon Diggs and Tua or Justin Herbert?
I love when kickers are part of trades, man. Right. I know. If I'm not mistaken, I think right now Jake Elliott is the #1 kicker in fantasy.
He whiffed last week.
Yeah, he did. He was horrible. I hated it. But I don't think this is a bad trade. If you're getting Stephon Diggs out of this, I think even if you were just getting Stephon Diggs, I think this is a good trade. But you're also either getting Tua or Justin Herbert to replace those points that you're going to lose with Jake Elliott, and then you can just pick up another kicker who's going to get you, decent amount of points too. So in my opinion, if you can get Stephon Diggs and Tua, I think you're killing the game. But Justin Jefferson's not bad either Justin Herbert's not bad because he's very consistent at above 20 points.
For sure. Gabriel Acevedo says, took big hits last week. Set at wide receivers at AJ and Allen. What's left? MCC, Jacobs, Puka, Nico, Myers, play MCM, Hurt. I think he's talking about Christian McCaffrey, no? CMC?
I think so, yeah. Jacobs
good enough or replaced with Brian Robinson or Alexander Madison, flex a player. Okay, a lot of variables to this question here. If you talk about Josh Jacobs, I think Josh Jacobs is good enough to replace Brian Robinson, 100%. I think I'd go Josh Jacobs over Alexander Madison. Would you?
I think I would too.
Okay. And as far as a flex player, he has Puka and Nico, Jacoby Myers left. Who'll be flexing here? That's pretty wild, huh?
It is pretty wild. I'm probably leaning towards Nico Collins just because they are going to play against the Panthers, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, no, that's not till next week, right?
They're playing. That's next week. Yeah. I don't know why I'm looking at next week right now. Texans are actually on a bye. Texans are on a bye.
Yeah. Okay. So that eliminates that. So, honestly, I wouldn't mind Puka. I would not mind Puka just because, Myers is good, but I feel like Puka has that upside. So he already has a bunch of guys who are going to get him the consistent amount of points that he needs. So I think he could either play Puka to have that boom or bust, or if he wants to play it safe and get Myers for the 15 solidified points, he can do that as well too.
For sure. Yeah. We saw Puka's lowest game last week. And honestly, if he would have caught that touchdown pass, everyone would not question starting him moving forward. I think he's going to have a much better game this upcoming week. Hopefully we answer your question. Eric says, Bijan Robinson and Christian Watson, do you think they're popping off this week? I think Christian Watson is going to do good. As far as Bijan, it's very tough to say. He's starting to look more and more like a touchdown reliant guy out there in Atlanta. And I hate to say it because he is the bell cow in that backfield. But, oh my gosh, I don't know what's going on. He's a very talented guy. But if I have him on my team, I would say I will start him.
Yeah, for sure. I think right now if I have Bijan, he's in my flex spot. Or if I'm hurting at running back, of course he slides into the running back 2 position. But yeah, I would probably agree with AJ here. I think Christian Watson gets at least 12 points this week for sure. And his upside is up to 20 because, they have a favorable matchup in my opinion.
Very much so. Jay Sierra says, "Hi guys, hope you guys are doing well. I'm currently 3-3. Thank you. Hope you're doing well as well. Appreciate you joining us here live. If you're feeling generous, hit that subscribe button. We're doing a giveaway right now. It's right here behind me. It's an autographed mini helmet of a Darren Bland, cornerback for the Cowboys. Absolutely free. Just hit subscribe." Says, "Hi guys, hope you guys are doing well. I'm currently 3-3. I need advice on trading. I have Mahomes, Mostert, Eckler, Chase, Nakua, Laporta, James Cook. Bench is D. Smith, Hall, Myers, Collins, Burrow, Schultz. You have a pretty solid team. I like your team a lot. Honestly, I'm going to say this right now. His value is at an all-time high, and it won't be this high any much longer. If you go out there, you trade Mostert, you can get a lot out of him right now. Because once Achane comes back, that's goodbye to your production. He's still going to do okay, but he's not going to be a stud that you're going to see every single week. What do you think?
Yeah, man. Here, I think his wide receivers are very, very good, in my opinion. They're going to be getting him quite a bit of points. I like his tight end. Don't like his backup tight end, but that's okay because, Laporta, like I said, is always going to be a start unless it's his bye week. But yeah, I think I would work more on his running backs. So if he can get 2 running backs out of Mostert, maybe some guys like what's his name from the Chiefs, Pacheco. I think if he can get Pacheco paired up with someone else, like maybe James Conner, who's hurt and nobody's really wanting him on their IR spot, maybe you could do something like that for Mostert because Mostert is producing very, very high right now.
There you go. Yeah, JBG loves Jacoby. That's for dang sure. And you could tell whenever he's not in. Colin Shen says, "Thank you so much." Hey, thank you. Like I said, if you're feeling generous, hit that subscribe button. It helps us out a lot. Chad says, "Trade Laporta and Sutton for Ridley. He has Mark Andrews." I mean, if
check on how Sutton has been doing.
Cortison has been doing decent. I mean, he's gaining a lot of his points when you get closer to garbage time just because they're always trailing. They're just so bad. But I'm not hating on the trade. I think you get someone a little bit better. I like Ridley a lot. 2 back-to-back good games, but you got to remember Zay Jones is out, and I don't know how that offense is going to look like whenever he's back.
I just like Laporta, and I don't like having receivers like Ridley who are up and down. So I would probably be saying no to this trade, in my opinion. But you can possibly, like AJ said, you can get someone way better for Laporta.
Especially with how scarce tight ends are in this league. So multiple people in your league are looking for tight ends, and they'll be willing to give up some good money for someone like Laporta. Good money, or even Andrews. ASD says, "Oh, add another question for another league." I think it's lower down. Should I drop Judy and Tank Dell and add Tank Dell? I think Judy is a droppable player. Tank Dell, you're not going to see too much production from him. I mean, he's going to be good, but he's sharing the ball with Nico Collins, Robert Woods on that offense. So not much of an upgrade, but definitely an upgrade. And it's a full PPR. Eric says, "Would you trade Bijan Robinson for Alvin Kamara or Josh Jacobs?"
I think I would right now, just because we don't like the way Atlanta Falcons are running their offense, and it doesn't look like it's going to get better.
Yeah, 100%. I like that too. Gabriel says, "Oh, y'all just missed one comment on my question, fellas. You guys aren't worried about Christian McCaffrey being hurt. Would you play him regardless?"
I think I would.
You would?
I would not play him right now, just because I think you made a good point earlier in the video that he could possibly be on a snap count if he is healthy enough to play this week. But since they have the Monday game, so it's a little bit stretched out there for him to get healthy. But I would keep him out. I mean, I think his team is well stacked enough to be able to produce without McCaffrey for at least 1 week. But if he is like a full go and they say, no snap count, then play him.
That's only if they say that. Other than that, unless you're super desperate, you absolutely need someone, like you're deciding whether to start CMC or Gus Edwards, you start CMC, right? If he's playing. But I am worried. Should I drop Judy and we answered that one, right?
Yeah.
Jay Fetz, The tragic part is that nobody wants him. It's tragic. The reason why I have Schultz is because I'm a Texans fan. Okay, so going back over here, we talked about who did we talk about?
No, I think I just had commented that I didn't like Schultz as his tight end,
Oh,
but yeah. But
okay.
he's just saying that he has him because he's a Texans fan, and I respect
Hey,
that.
good for you. They're looking good. D'Amico Ryans. I like what he's doing over there.
Hell of a job.
Draco Jew says, "Do I move DJ Moore and Drake London for Jettas and just run with it?" I'll say, hey, why not? If you could pull it off, right, until Jay Jettas comes back healthy, absolutely you do. I think so.
I mean, Justin Jefferson's super consistent when he's playing, so it's not a bad trade in my opinion. Do I think that Drake London will keep up the production he's doing throughout the rest of the season? No. So I think this is a good trade.
100%. Just going out here, we did get one more. Looks like we finally finished our comments. We did hit a pretty good run out there. We have been on for a little over 2 hours now. So what a great night. I do want to say, hey, if you are catching us here at the end of our live stream, we do have a Discord. We answer every single fantasy question and we talk fantasy football almost every day. And a lot of our subscribers are on there already. The link is in our description. It's an absolutely free app, a social app. All you have to do, I think, is just create a profile name and you're in. And we'll talk fantasy football. If you have more questions, we answer them. Doesn't matter what time of day or time of night, we will get to them. I do promise that. Who do you think is better, Jacobs or Kamara?
I think right now, Kamara's the better running back. Who do I think finishes at a better position by the end of the year? I think that's Jacobs. He's going to get a lot more production because Jimmy G's out. They're going to be relying on him to catch those little dink and dunk type plays. So he should get a lot of yak yards after that. But yeah, I think right now Kamara is because he's on the better, I guess you can say the better team at this point because they're more wholesome,
organized.
They know who they are at this point in time.
That's true. That's true. I still a Jacobs guy. I like Jacobs though.
Yeah,
hopefully he can pick it up. Jay Fessiera says, "Dang guys, you guys have a new sub." Hey, there you go. Thank you very much, man. Appreciate the sub. Like I said, get the most out of it. Join in our giveaway. We are giving away this autographed mini helmets of the Dallas Cowboys. His name is Darren Bland. He's a second-year cornerback. Made a big play in last night's game. All you have to do is go to our most recent YouTube short, like the video, and comment done, and you're automatically entered. We will announce the giveaway live on Monday on this channel, so we won't miss out. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss out. Like I said, if you want some more fantasy help, join our Discord or wait till Saturday. We will also be going live on Saturday with some more fantasy football Q&A. And we just hit.
Yes, sir.
Vince, you got anything else?
Not too much, man. Honestly, just can't wait for Thursday because football's back.
Football is back. But thank you all so much for joining us here live. Appreciate every single one of you guys. And like I said, if you have any more questions, consider joining our Discord. And for those of y'all who subscribe, JFet Sierra, I know you're one of them. Thank you so much. And until next time, keep on grinding.